Hello, how are you? This is Jilly Bling. Today's project is using a fun, happy, kind of classic, nostalgic stamp set called Jolly Words. So this is a set, and today I want to do the Santa and his reindeer in the sleigh. You know, as I'm looking at it, I should probably put like a red rhinestone on one of their noses because that could be Rudolph. How's the song go? Is he leading the pack or is he back here? Because I know at the end, I think he was leading it because he had to get through all the fog. So the story says. So here is the project. Cute, cute, cute. And the dies we'll be using is Nested Essentials. And those are these dies. And then Chic dies, which I seem to be using this bundle or the stamp set and dies all the time. Because I think the stamp set is called Season of Chic, and it includes snowflakes and leaves and flowers. It includes a lot, but that's where the snowflakes came from. Also, we'll be using the navy bordered ribbon, Night of Navy, just for a little texture on there. Okay, you ready to get going? Let's make this card. Oh, and I'm going to cut these out. I didn't do that in advance, but sometimes a little coloring is okay. So this is for stamping the deer on. We could do that. Well, let's start from the bottom and work up. Oh, the catalog on page 23 is Snowflake Sky Embossing Folder. It's right here, and it's kind of a sleeper, but anytime anyone uses it, they're like, oh, I love this embossing folder. So much that I have two of them, and they're in two different boxes floating around. So I'm going to use an alternate, but I really wish I had this one. So any snowflake embossing folder you have will be perfect. Okay, so here is white, thick cardstock. And this is for cutting out the shape using these dies. So the big one is in navy and the smaller one is in white. So let me cut those out. Look at that, card is almost there. This is for the blending brushes. Let's do that. Let's just get into that. So the blending brushes is how I got this to be kind of ombre. I'm going to use navy at the top, Misty Moonlight in the middle, and try to leave the bottom dark. And at the same time, I'm going to do the inside the same way, but maybe a little bit lighter. So, start with the navy. I love these blending brushes. And what's great about this project is if you don't do your blending brushes just perfect and you get blobs, you can pretend like that's just the sky and clouds and wind. So I'm going to try to do it, and I know it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to start off the paper and swish it, and you could already see I have blobs. So I'm just going to swish, and now I have more blobs, like here and here. But like I said, that's okay. And the more that I do it, I just put more ink on it, and I want it heavy ink up here. And when there's not so much ink on the brush is when I get this soft, lighter, very even blending. I could leave it at that because I like how it is down here, but I want this to be darker. So it's probably going to get a little ugly, but that's okay. Well, that's coming out pretty good. Maybe still a little darker. There it goes. Okay, I'm drifting down to midpoint, so that's even about halfway. But now I'm going to get Misty Moonlight, and I'll start probably like right about here and then drift down just a little lower. And I have a brush for all of my ink pads, but you could use the same brush for like all of the blues and all of your yellows. Or you could wash it out and just use one brush. It comes in a 3-pack, so you don't have to be that frugal. But I'm hoping that when I do this Misty Moonlight, that you can see, oh, there's a darker color, and then there's a different color here. And I want it to kind of be soft, how it drifts into the white area. I'm going to do it a little bit heavier right here at the line. And keep in mind, once I cut out those die cut pieces and I put the sleigh on there, you're not going to notice hardly any of this because you'll just see the border of it and the texture. Okay, so this is done for the outside. Let's do one for the inside. And I'm thinking a little bit lighter than this. You certainly could write over that, write your greeting over it, but it would be convenient if it was a little lighter. Maybe, but let me see how much ink is on here now. Okay, darker than that. But with less ink on it, I could get that drift down into the lower part of the paper. Okay, I think a little bit heavier up here. Just a little bit. So back to the navy. That looks good. And Misty Moonlight, just so both colors are represented. So can you see the difference? Yes, the inside is lighter, but see how this is a little bit more of a yellow blue, and this is more of a purple blue, red blue? Okay. Can you see the two different colors? I don't want to make it too dark. I have a goal here. I want to see both the colors. You know, I think that will do just fine. Okay. I think we're done with those. Texture. So this is the outside one. It's a bit darker. After you do your blending brush, then we're going to run it through the embossing folder. If you embossing foldered it first, your blending brush, when you're going across, a lot of ink would be deposited on the little snowflakes, which you might want to give it a try. It might be kind of fun. So here it is with the texture on it. So this will get the ribbon around it. We could put ribbon around it. And just in a knot. And the knot has to go way over to the side. Just because the die cut pieces are so big. But the ribbon, it's nice on there. I tried doing a white ribbon so it was a little bit more snow-like, but this navy ribbon is good. And at this point I'm just going to put the knot anywhere on here because I'll be able to curl the paper and adjust it in just a minute. Okay, there's the knot. And I'm going to cut the edges of the ribbon because they're a little frayed right now. I think I need some new snips. Yeah. I need some new ones. And you know what? If I don't write a note, Mama wants a snowflake embossing folder. I don't know if I got that for her. Snips. Do you have to write notes for everything? If I write a note, it's going to happen. Okay, so this will go on the front of the card. The ribbon will go way off to the side, like the knot as far over as possible. And are you thinking, really? Does it really have to go way over there? It does. But you can always adjust it after we get this little element on here. Because see, well, I guess it's okay if it's but I want to see this edge of the ribbon too. I'll scooch that in just a minute. This is going to go on the inside. This is for stamping Santa and the reindeer in Memento. So here's the stamp. Memento. And on this paper I'm going to focus on the sleigh and the reindeer only. And on this die cut paper, I'm going to focus on the ho ho ho. Okay, hopefully that's well inked. Santa and reindeer. Yay! Okay, and on this one is, let me put this underneath. Oh no, if I put it underneath, I'm going to get deer legs there. Can't be having no deer legs. Okay, so now I'm going to focus on getting the ho 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 right in the middle. Get inky, ho ho ho. This has been a year of ho 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 and fa la la. Fa la la. Okay, so the ho 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 right in the middle. Like that. And in your head, are you like, what you doing there? I'll show you. There's a plan. So this is going to go on here with dimensionals. I could do that now. Dimensionals. More than what we probably need because I'm an adult and I can do that. 6 dimensionals. Okay, that goes right on here. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, let's work on this. I'm going to try to get that ribbon just a little bit further over so the knot is right there. Maybe I can make the knot smaller. Okay. And then this just gets stuck down on here. Let me make sure it's okay first. Yep, I'll give it a push. Okay, so just stuck onto the card base. See, this looks crooked. It looks good there. Oh, I think I'm about to run out. There's red showing. Not quite yet. There's a little life in it. And you know, I did have it run over the ribbon. But sometimes I'm not sure. I just don't want that to be kind of lifting up off the card base. So tear tape is perfect for that. Because you could tear it. Because it's terrible. I cracked myself up. It's terrible. It's wonderful tear tape. Okay. So now I know it will stick down. This on here, right in the middle. That goes in there after I stamp on it. I have to stamp first. Okay, so this is like, okay, we could put it on, but on here I did just a hint of pool party light and color lifter to make the clouds look like they have a little dimension. So it's not, it's just a little bit of color. Ooh, this is a new marker. What a lovely tip. See, those are my clouds. Ho, ho, ho. Can you hear it? Can you hear him saying it? Ho, ho, ho. Okay. You know, I just might leave them like this. On this one, I used the color lifter and it really lightened it up, but I like them a little darker. Okay, so this is ready to go on with dimensionals. If you're going to mail the card, maybe skip these dimensionals. Or all the dimensionals. Just stick it down with glue or tape runner. Stamp and seal. Okay. Ho, ho, ho. So on the sample, I have it up a little bit high. I might do that again so that there's room for Santa. And I'm pushing it against the knot because I'm trying to get this amount equal to that, which it isn't, but that's okay. That's where it will stay. I can't put the knot over any further. Okay, so now for Santa, let's color Santa. And if I show you all these colors, you'll probably roll your eyes like a teenager saying, oh my gosh, all those colors for Santa. But keep in mind, some of them are just for the gifts. And you don't have to do so many. So, and because the images are so small, I probably won't be doing much blending. Reindeer. I'm trying to do 2 layers of color. And I'm trying to leave his little harness so I can make it red, so he's feeling festive. Okay, I might be setting this down just so I could get it done. Coloring, coloring. Okay, so these reindeer tails, should they be like reindeer color? I think it depends on what kind of reindeer you have in your area. But on the sample, I left, I think I made them, yeah, that looks kind of funny. I think I put them with ivory. So they're going brown. It kind of looks a little funny. Okay, see their tails? I was trying to do them like a white-tailed deer, but I think it looks a little funny. You could do your tails whatever color you want your tails. And I know I'm going to come back with the pecan pie dark. So some places I'm not completely coloring. But I went outside the line. Sometimes, because I'm going to cut this close, if you go outside the line, you could just, with your snips, trim it off. Yeah, I probably should have had this done before, so you didn't have to wait through this. Get his tail. So Tony is off getting a new passport. I did last year. That was kind of a fiasco. It all worked out and everything, but he said last year he's like, they're not where they should be. I don't know where they are. And he says, I'll look tomorrow. So look tomorrow. And he checked and I checked. Couldn't find him anywhere. And we had a trip to go on last year. So I really needed it. And it was like, if I do the expedited, I'm hoping I'll get it on time. So he kept looking, couldn't find it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do lost passport and let's get this thing going. So I did mine, and then I went to do his, and they wanted all kinds of information that I didn't know. I think I know everything about him, but I forgot what it was. And so I just did I'm going to leave his hooves in pebbled path. So right now I'm just doing deer shadows, where there might be shadows on him. Like his jawline. He has a nice jawline. They all do. These are all fit athletes. They have a beautiful jawline with no fat on it. Anyhow, so I got started, claimed my passport missing, and then a few days later he goes, or he said to himself, I'm just going to check here. He found the passports. I'm like, I just claimed mine missing. And so I went online. Okay, can I say it's not missing? No, you can't do it. Once you claim it's gone, even if you find it, they're like, well, good for you, but you still have to go through all these extra steps. And I said, even though I have it right here? They're like, yeah. I forgot what the extra steps are. Anyhow, so I ended up getting it, got it all on time. But now it's time for him to do his, because his will be expiring in, I think, May. Pumpkin pie, we're done with that. Let's do pebbled path for his horn things. I know there's a word for it. I always want to call them antennas or antlers. They're antlers. So that's what he's doing right now. Went out and he got his picture. He's so funny. They were asking on this online application, which you could type right into, which is nice, so you have good handwriting. I was in the shower and he came in, he goes, hey, is my hair still brown? I go, I don't think so. And he goes, well, should I put it like it's gray? Or should I just do like what it is? And I said, well, 10 years from now, if you put it as brown, it's not going to look brown, because I don't think it's going back to brown. He's like, yeah. So he put gray. He has gray hair. Anyhow, I think that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what he's off doing right now. And another thing is, when you go to the post office, they don't take credit cards. They do for other things. But for passports, it has to be a debit card or cash or a check. Do you have checks? I don't have checks. So he'll be gone for a little while. Most places here in town, you have to have an appointment, and then they'll see you then, and you come in with your application, and they'll do the photo. But he went to Walgreens and got the photo a few days ago. This morning he couldn't find it. He's searching through the garbage can. It was in his coat pocket. So that's our excitement for today. Okay, a little bit of red. And instead of using red, lately I've been liking to use poppy, because it's really bright. Red is traditional red, and it's a richer color. Not quite as rich as cherry cobbler, but oh, I can make his nose poppy. And sweet sorbet, which is kind of a hint of pink, but that's another nice alternate. Okay, and Santa, his hat gets, is this light or dark? Dark. I'll do some light on there. So what Santa is sitting on, I'm like, is that like a bench? Or is that his leg? I'm not sure what it is. So I colored it brown, like the reindeer color, just pretending like he's sitting on a bench, a wooden bench. I don't know. This one I didn't color quite as good. I went outside the lines a few times. Uh-oh. Roomba's thinking about coming out. If she comes this way, I'm going to turn her off. Who was it? Somebody calls their Roomba Whiskers, and I think that's just the cutest idea. Okay, and then the sleigh is going to be granite, like it's a steel sleigh. It's probably made of wood, but that would be too much brown, I'm thinking. Oh, she's coming out. Then you could do the gifts in any color. I was trying to make them a little bright. Yeah, she's noisy. Hold on. Roomba. Robot. So granite. Light. Pause. On Monday she comes out multiple times. I think she's trying to make up for Saturday and Sunday when she has the day off. The programming is not real stable, I'm finding. She does come out every day at 10 o'clock, weekdays. But then she'll go get recharged and then she'll be back out again. It's like, no, it's supposed to be just 10 o'clock, Roomba. I'm going to make the granite dark because I went over it trying to blend it just a bit. It got a little bit too light. He's dashing through the snow. And a one horse, no, that's a different song. This is multiple, and these aren't horses, these are reindeer. Okay, so now just gifts. So I did some navy ones, the bag, in navy, because it matches the sky. No other reason than that. Okay, and navy light. Then some spruce for the packages, and then a little bit, ooh, that's a bad tip. Then a little bit of skin color. And that's it. I'm just pretending like the white on his lap, either that's a fluffy blanket or that's part of his coat fluff. White stuff. I don't know. Skin color. Just a little bit. Okay, whew, we're done. So now it's time to cut out just the sleigh and the reindeer and leave the words behind. Because we put those on that, the panel that we cut out, the label. And when it comes to getting the Santa from the words, cutting a little bit close to make sure I get all the words onto the lower piece and not onto the Santa piece. And I was looking at this one, because it's going to be white on white, I probably don't need to cut way down into here. On the feet, yes, but otherwise I could cut and leave a lot of white behind. Makes it convenient to cut off where I colored outside the lines too. Like right up here. Oops, I'll just cut really close. See, no one knows I went outside the lines. Yeah. Oh, I went outside the lines here. Get close. Get close. I didn't get it from his ear. So the other day, Bo went to the spa. He got his mani-pedi done and he got all cleaned up and he's really white and soft. I love it when he goes to the groomers. He gets lots of hugs. And when he's gone, the time he's gone, all of his blankets on the couch, everything gets cleaned. And then he comes home and he, of course, he's just exhausted from his day at the spa. And he goes over to the couch and he knows he can't get on the couch unless his blankets are there. And he stands there at it and he's just standing there by the couch with his head on it. He's like, and then he turns around and looks like, are you going to fix it? Where's my blankets? Very, very funny. Oh, I did not so good on the feet. Oh, I don't know if I put the pebbled path on the hooves. But the feet, I know I need to get cut out kind of close and consistent. The rest of it, nah. But the feet, I do. Oop, his tummy has a blob of brown fur. Almost done. The rest of it will go fast. I just feel bad about keeping you while I'm cutting or coloring. Everyone knows how to do that, right? Do you all know how to cut? And I say that only because at class this past week, I had somebody who all of her cutting is like this. And then chop here and chop there. And it's like, oh. And I tried showing her and she just wasn't quite in the mood to be knowing. She goes, here, you do it. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And I was trying to show her, but she wasn't receptive to that. Anyhow, so I think it's more about keeping the scissors still and then using your other hand to kind of guide the paper and do the corners. And I think if next time you're cutting something, if you're like, okay, now how am I doing this? As long as you're not doing that chopping thing, because that you never get good results. But maybe just look at, okay, am I, with the other hand, moving the paper about? Because it really makes it better and smoother. Okay. Oh, that worked. Thanks for patience. I'm going to color the little feet with Pebbled Path Dark, just a dot of them. Hopefully in the lines. Okay, we're ready. We're done. We're done. Almost done coloring. There'll be just a little bit more. Okay, so now this is going to go onto here. So I'm going to put the glue on this piece wherever there's reindeers, and this will sit on top, and then I'll tuck in a few dimensionals. So glue. It's been a few days that I haven't been stamping. Haven't been in my room. Glue, glue. There we go. And you could do it on the reins too. Glue. Santa has glue all over. Packages have glue. Okay. Here it is. So that goes right over the top. And now I'm looking at the letters and trying to get where the deer goes on and the Santa, it lines right up with the image underneath it. Pretty, pretty. So, 3 dimensionals, just to further support this. Maybe 3 of them. Just so they're not seen. They're hiding. These reindeer, they're getting it. They are being athletes. Athlete reindeers. Deer? Reindeer? Deers? Boop. Okay, and then the snowflakes. The snowflakes, 2 different sizes. And I'm going to cut those out of sparkly paper. Any sparkly paper you have is good. And they say 3 odd numbers are good. What's fun about this big one is, doesn't the center look like a heart? I think it does. And I say that because the sample, I put it upside down. And I tried to pull it up and I was pulling up all the sponged paper. So this time I'm going to do it right. And the snowflakes are kind of riding up on the focal point, down on the background. I mean, these snowflakes are just flying through the snowy air. Oh, I don't want it to be cold. Let's go back to summer. The fall colors have been beautiful this year. Right side up snowflake. Right there. That's where it will go. I'll push it down more in a minute. Okay, this one has 2 small ones. I probably should have put the big one at the bottom. But see, if I put it up here, you could see it better. Okay, so maybe, I don't want it up that high, so maybe right here. You could see it nice on that little border of the label. Okay, so those might need some more glue. I'm going to let the glue start to kind of set up a little bit, and then I'll push it down. If I push it down now, I just have to hold it. Okay, so that's the front. So the inside just has "'Tis the Season" in memento, and then a little bit of scrap paper for the ornament. And if you're wondering what she's talking about, I'll show you. Because see how bright the ornament is? Can you see that? That's because I cut it out of a separate white paper, because this is going to go, these bold letters, over the sponge paper or the blending brush paper. Okay. And now an ornament from scrap paper. I just want the ornament, and I'll cut that out. Okay. So I think we're done stamping. So I know you all keep your stamp pads perfectly inked, and you never need to do this. But see how the black, you could kind of see through it? And I think that happens like if you have a color underneath it and you stamp something on top, the paper is saying, hold on, do you want me to be blue or do you want me to be black? So if you take your blends, light black, I would say dark black, but that is darker than this memento black. If you do it with light black, it just kind of fills in and makes it not so starkly stamped bad. So I'll do the season. I might change to the other tip because this one has a little burr sticking out on it. So I'll do just season, and I'll have you look at it and you could see which one looks. It's nice when it's really solid black. I already know the answer, but I'll change to the other tip. Oop, I went outside the line. And when you're coloring it, color it close to the line, but not right on the line. Because you coloring it right on the line, you probably couldn't be as perfect as the stamp is shaped to be perfect. You can give it a try. And I know it's an extra step, and you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but wait till you see the difference. You probably already are seeing a difference. Okay. So which looks better? Seasons or the Tis the? Yeah. So these letters are straighter, so it should go quicker. Just a little bit more. Okay. Oh, we have to do the ornament. So the ornament I did just in red, or poppy. So I'll start with poppy dark. Just down at the bottom where the shadows are. Maybe a little bit up here. And I'll leave the rest white. And the ornament cap, I'll do that in there. I think I have granite here. Yeah, because I did the sleigh in granite. And granite light is going to be the silver cap, just on the edges, then maybe here. Okay. Then cut it out, and I'm going to leave behind the hanger, the ornament hanger, because this is going to be stuck on just with flat glue. So I can see the ornament hanger that's stamped on the card inside. Because trying to cut that out, that would be a problem. It's so tiny. Okay. We're almost done. So this gets just a bit of glue. Isn't that cute? It's so bright. Okay, and this goes on the inside. So that's it. That is today's project. What do you think? Give me a thumbs up If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Ho, ho, ho. Thanks for watching. Bye.